If I had to pick a single favorite character in the entire game, it would be Venom.
Yeah, nice. And is that because of the way he looks, or has he got some really cool moves?
Well, it's both of these things. He looks fantastic, but he's got web swinging upgrades, health. He can regenerate health, damage upgrades, a few other moves. He's got the ability to damage people when they're blocking and other things like that.
Nice. Welcome to Family Gaming TV. We're here with John Day, producer on Disney Infinity, and you're going to be walking us through the Spider-Man playset. Right,
the Spider-Man playset we just announced here at E3. It's the second playset we've announced for Disney Infinity Marvel superheroes. And we've got Spider-Man here, one of my very, very favorite characters. And we've gone to great lengths to ensure that all of our characters feel very authentic, that they have all of the moves and powers that you've come to expect from these beloved superheroes that we've known for so long. I mean, I myself am a big Spider-Man fan. I can't really remember when I didn't know who Spider-Man was.
It's so iconic seeing him swing through the cityscape. It's amazing.
Yeah. We've got the whole playset takes place in a piece of New York City. And we've got a storyline that runs about maybe 5 or 6 hours, but we also have side missions and challenges and other things you can do in the city. So there's quite a lot of replay value. And just like in any other Infinity game, at any time we can swap out the character for somebody else. We have 5 characters in Spider-Man. We have Spider-Man, Nova, Nick Fury, Venom, and Iron Fist.
Now, Marvel fans will know who Nova is, but maybe the large public at large would have not heard of him. Is that fair to say?
Well, he is part of the most recent TV show, the Ultimate Spider-Man show on the Disney Channel. And so I've actually been surprised at how many people do seem to know who he is. But as with Infinity before, I think people are going to get their favorite characters and use those. And we're just trying to make sure that we have enough of them available that everybody gets to have a favorite, And
is Nova one of the characters that can switch over to the Avengers playset?
That's right. So there are a couple of characters that can travel and work between playsets. Nova is one of those. Iron Man from the Avengers is also one of those who can kind of move across playsets. Generally, though, they do live either within a single universe or they can go. Everybody can go into the toy box.
And is it just those 2 characters that you've announced so far in terms of crossover? Any others?
I believe so, yes. We are going to have more characters that we'll be announcing moving forward, but I don't actually know offhand which ones are crossovers or if we have any more of them. Right.
So what we're doing here, and if you could just talk about what's on the screen. So there's a purple bar, and there's the level.
Okay, so real quick overview. So I'm on a mission right now, and this kind of yellow beacon indicator is kind of telling me where to go and what to do. So I'm not, despite the fact that the city's quite large, I'm not really ever going to get lost or frustrated trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, because the game's always going to kind of show me what I need to do to be successful. Now, what you're seeing in the upper left is that number 20. That's that I am level 20. We now have a new level cap in Disney Infinity. We can go as high as level 20. And the characters can be customized every time that we level them. We now have a skill tree for every character, where every time I gain a level, I'm going to select one of these new abilities or upgrades to my character.
And that's quite a big deal. That's quite a big change, isn't it?
Extremely big change. We listened to the community. They said they wanted more depth and more customizability to the characters, and we've given it to them.
Could you just pop through some of those just to show us what we got there?
Yeah. So, for example, we've got a powerful kind of combat explosion. This is his special move, and we can upgrade that so that we can do more of them. Here's
I see. So down the middle is the move, and then left and right is upgrading. Is that right? It's not quite as simple as that.
It varies. It depends. Some of them are new moves. Some of them are upgrades to those moves. We also have things like health level upgrades and things like that. Run speed upgrades, flight speed.
It's more of an upgrade maze than an upgrade tree.
It is a bit. There's plenty to do there. I mean, the fans said they wanted depth. We gave them depth. Now you'll notice that in this screen there are more than 20 things to choose, but you can only get to level 20. So you do have some difficult decisions to make because you will not be able to get everything. So there are different ways to build Nova, different ways to experiment with combinations of abilities, and so players have an opportunity to kind of replay and re-experiment with those.
And if we popped a different character on, will that tree be different? Maybe one we haven't looked at so far? So
yeah.
We can pop Venom on maybe?
Venom we're not showing at the show only because he's not quite finished yet. We're just in the final stages of development. So we'll be showing him, I'm sure, in the near future. But Iron Fist, you'll see his skill tree is quite different, and I haven't leveled him up at all, so you can see I only have access to a couple of abilities,
And can you see what the abilities are before you get them, if you go to them and select them?
Yeah, so if I select them, it's going to give me an image, it's going to give me a description, it's going to show me this is what this is going to do, this is how it's going to work, and before I ever purchase it, yeah.
Cost of 1, and you get 1 point for each level up, you do?
That's right, that's right. Every time I level, I get 1, and I max out at 20, so I'm going to get 20 total.
And can we have a look at some of those you haven't selected already, or can you not access them until you've...
Oh, we can still look at them, absolutely. Yeah. So like I can look at the run speed upgrade, which is fairly mundane. It's fairly self-explanatory, but we have some of these other ones like heightened awareness, and again you have an image, it shows you what it does, you have a good description.
Yeah, sweet, that was great.
My team was actually responsible for getting all the images for all these too, which is a lot of fun.
It's a hard job, isn't it?
You know, it's a fantastic job. I really enjoy what I do, and especially, you know, I've been a Marvel fan my whole life, and being able to actually work on a game featuring characters that I've known and loved pretty much my entire life has just been a massive opportunity. You know, I'm just very excited about it. Now, up here in the upper left, you'll see I also have this purple meter, and that allows me to use my super move. And Iron Fist has this this flaming dragon super move that hits everything in a line. I managed to miss the one in the back, but everybody has a totally unique move. Every character has one they can unlock, and they're all pretty unique and amazing. I really like Iron Fist a lot, but I also like how fast he is. He feels very, very different than, say, Spider-Man in just how he moves and how he plays. And so by playing through the playsets of the different character, you really are going to get kind of a substantially different experience. Now we also have new vehicles in the game that you can unlock in each of the playsets, and in the Spider-Man playset we have one of my very favorites. Let me see if I can get this symbiote enemy out of the way. We have the hover car, and the hover car is great because you can drive it like a car, or you can transform it into a vehicle that flies.
Oh, nice. Well, perhaps we can get a sense of the scale of the city, because I know that it's a lot bigger.
Yeah. So we are in New York. You'll notice we have a few landmarks that you may recognize, like the Statue of Liberty, and a few others. There's the Chrysler Building, and we are in the Spider-Man playset, so you'll see we've got the Daily Bugle Building and a few other kind of iconic Spider-Man locations. And
so those areas across the bridges, and there's other areas, you can go there, can you?
That's right, that's right.
It's really big.
So not only can we go throughout the city, but we also have the ability to go into kind of a laboratory environment that's indoors, and a couple of others as well. So there's a lot to see and do here. Now, we also can take a lot of what we have here in the playset and bring that later into the toy box. We can bring the Daily Bugle Building into the toy box to use that to kind of Spider-Man up the place. We can bring the hover car into the toy box as well. So the more you play in the play sets, the more of these toys you're going to have available in your toy box to further customize and sort of build your own stories there in the toy box.
Is it only one character in a vehicle at a time, or can two characters get in the same vehicle?
We do have certain vehicles that can accommodate more than one character, so we have a couple of each. But yeah, for the first time we have vehicles that do accommodate two people. Yeah.
Nice parking there, by the way.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's what my kids do. They like to see how long a traffic jam they can make.
Oh, do they? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Let me get him out of the way there. But yeah, so just always as before, we do have a story in the play sets, but you can follow it at your own pace. We have plenty of side missions and challenges and other things you can do if you just want to go explore or do some collection, or even just find a fight here or there. The play sets do allow you to kind of be the superhero that you want to be within this one universe.
Cool. Is there another one we could look at we've not seen?
Yeah, well, let's talk about the power disc a little bit. So I'm going to bring Spider-Man back in. You know, the power discs in the past that we used with the figures, before they would add more strength or more health or relatively straightforward buffs, and we wanted to kind of augment that and improve that. And so now we've got power discs to do all sorts of different things. In fact, this one that I have here, yeah. You see that? Okay, like that. Okay, right. There we go. This is actually a costume swap for Spider-Man. I mean, my very favorite Spider-Man costume, which is the correct answer, is the black suit Spider-Man. And by placing this power disc under the figure, I now get to be black suit Spidey. And it does augment my power a little bit as well. So I do get a little bit of a buff.
And it's sort of glowing, wow.
Yeah. You think it's still loading? I think it's still loading in the suit.
I was wondering.
Yeah, it's streaming that in. You know, one of the major goals of Infinity is to ensure that you never have to like stop and load anything. You know, when we want to change figures, we just change the figure. When we want to, when we're going throughout the world, even though the world's very large, we're constantly streaming in assets. So Oh, right.
Is that going to arrive, do you think? Do you want to try again?
I don't know. Let's try that one more time. Hang on.
So obviously, it's obviously not a final build, is it, we're on here?
No. We're still very much in development. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
It was. We just got a little bit confused. So now we put the disc back.
It can happen. Yeah, we're in the final stages of development, but we still have a few bugs to work out. No pun intended, speaking of Spider-Man. There we go.
There we are. Sweet.
Okay. So yeah, so now he's a little bit more powerful, and he's certainly a whole lot more stylish. Still very much Spider-Man, though. Yeah.
And so you see that costume disc in the top left there.
That's right,
We could stack another disc underneath it if we wanted.
We can, yes. We've got all sorts of different power discs we can place under there. We can do up to 2 per figure. So, and we can also play these play sets. I don't have a second controller here, I can demonstrate this, but we can play these in split screen multiplayer as well. So, I mean, one of my very favorite things to do with Infinity, both the first game and Infinity 2, is to play it together with my 5-year-old son. You know, he's a big superhero fan. He loves Spider-Man. We watch Ultimate Spider-Man together, and so he likes to tool around the city with his dad, which I really enjoy.
You can play that online as well, can't you, that multiplayer?
You can play online multiplayer in the toy box.
Oh, not in the adventure, not in the campaign.
Not in the play set.
That.
Yeah. So they're technically a little bit different. In the toy box, you can do 2-player split screen, or you can also do 4 players over the internet. Whereas the play sets are all local co-op only.
And there's a PlayStation TV version that's been announced. Is there any details on that?
I don't have them. I know they've announced that. I don't really know the details. I'm not the one working on it, so
it's still a little way off, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you'll want to hassle the Sony people about that one, I think.
Yeah. Along with their exclusive Hulk figure, which looks really nice.
Yeah. You know, Hulk. Have you seen Hulk in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, he's an amazing
and
character.
And his grey Hulk costume. It looks great.
That's right. Yeah, he's got the grey Hulk, which is great. We have several of our characters have costume swaps. Iron Man does as well. There we go.
Yeah, if I leave the disc there and pull in
I'm fairly confident
Nick Fury.
It does still give you a bonus. You still get an alien symbiote bonus. I can't even remember what it does actually, but
he gets something from it. So he does get the costume, but he gets a bonus from the disc.
That's right. Yeah, the disc gives you both a bonus and the costume. So he does still benefit even if he's not Spider-Man. Nick Fury is a great, solid character. In English, he's voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. We actually have him doing the voice. Yeah, that's right. And he focuses a lot more on stealth and guns and things. Great character, a lot of depth, very different play style.
So a quick look at his skill tree. So he looks like level 20 there, you.
Oh yeah, well, you know, here at the show, I've got the ability to cheat and give you everything.
Nice.
Right? So I can open the skill tree. This actually gives me 100% of everything. I'm beyond level 20 right now.
There's no messing with your Nick.
No, not at all. But you can see he's got things like how quickly he can fire, increasing damage of his pistols. He also has his special move, which is called the decoy, where he can go invisible and leave a copy of himself that will actually fight.
Yeah, that was nice. We saw that, didn't we?
Yeah. So very different approach. We can improve his air damage, his ability to revive other players. So we can bring if you're playing with your friend and they get knocked out, you can bring them back. I mean, one of the other major differences in Infinity 2.0 is that when your character gets defeated in the playset, you can't use that figure temporarily for a short time. Like they are actually, they are knocked out of the game.
Yeah.
And so you then have to swap in another figure until they recover.
So if you run out of figures, is it just a matter of waiting? So you only had 2 figures and they both died.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be kicked out of the level. You just would have to. What would happen? You'd have to wait.
You just have to wait just a little bit. Yeah. It's not.
Go make a cup of tea.
It's not much of a penalty. Yeah. But we did want to make sure that the combat in the game was meaningful, that the consequences for it were meaningful. So there, you can get knocked out for a short time. Right. Nick Fury's strong too.
Now I know you don't want to play with Venom. Can we just put him on the portal and just see him land in the game?
Sorry?
Can we just put Venom on the portal and just see him land and not actually play?
Here, yeah, no, that's no problem. I'll show you Venom.
Thank you.
Andy Robertson and all.
Special treatment. So if it doesn't work, we'll understand.
Yeah, he does work. He works fine. Some of his effects are not totally complete. So he doesn't look exactly like he will look when he is finished.
Yeah, but it's nice to see. His large there is completely recognizable. That massive jaw. It's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that you'll see in the future is that we're actually putting some animations on his tongue that are not in yet, but they will be, because tongue is just such an iconic part of who Venom is. It's on his model, so we're working on that. but he's coming along nicely. If I had to pick a single favorite character in the entire game, it would be Venom.
Yeah, nice. And is that because of the way he looks, or has he got so many cool moves?
Well, it's both of these things. He looks fantastic. He has all, I mean, web swinging is one of our best new mechanics, which he also gets in addition to Spider-Man. So I really quite like how he moves, how he fights. And then, yeah, he's got tentacles that come off of his body. It's brilliant.
And what sort of skill tree does he have?
Let's take a look, shall we? You'll notice a bit of a theme. Everybody's got a special move, the Symbiote Storm. Let's see here.
Obviously, so the art's not all complete yet.
That's not all in there yet, no. But he's got web swinging upgrades, health. He can regenerate health, damage upgrades, a few other moves. He's got, you know, the ability to damage people when they're blocking and other things like that.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a whole lot to Venom. Really, really enjoy him.
Cool. So, what else is to say about the Spider-Man playset? Do we know who the starter pack or the playset pack will come with yet?
We do. I believe it's coming with Spider-Man and Nova. Will be the two that are packed in there. The rest of those will be sold separately. Right. And then I believe, let's see, yeah, the Spider-Man playset, Nova, Spider-Man. Then you've got the other three. Yeah, there are 5 total figures. And then the Power Discs, of course, are sold separately.
Yeah.
Right. All of this will be available this fall. Everything launches this fall, so everything we're showing here at the show, you'll be able to get your hands on.
Yeah.
And of course, all of these figures transfer over into the toy box as well.
And for if you've got in Disney Infinity 1.0, the first game,
yeah.
Has it been decided exactly how you would upgrade to say if you were going to buy the Spider-Man playset? Whether you'd be able to do that without buying the 2.0 game, or if there's a purchase there?
You will always need to have the Disney Infinity Marvel Superheroes starter pack. So you've got to get that first, and that does come with the Avengers playset and 3 figures. You get Thor, Iron Man, and Black Widow, I think.
And can you buy that like as a starter pack without the disc, or as a download?
I don't know.
Say if you bought it on the 360, obviously you've got a portal, it's Infinity base already.
Yeah. Thank you.
And so you wouldn't want to buy another one. And I understood there was some way you could sort of DLC upgrade or something like that.
I'm really fuzzy on the details of that. I know we're selling starter packs with the disc in. We may have a digital option. I'll have to find out for you. I don't know.
We should find out, because I think that's quite a good point to sort of understand.
Yeah. Now we'll get to the bottom of that. We'll sort that out.
Cool.
Right.
Well, it looks really good. Is there anything else you want to show us before we sign off?
Oh, I think I've shown you kind of the gist of what there is to show about Spider-Man. Have you had a chance to see the toy box?
Yeah, that's where we go next.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah. And do we need to go somewhere else to do that?
Yeah. We're going to go over to a different kiosk where they're running the toy box.
Cool. We'll draw a line under this for our second Disney Infinity video and come back soon for a look at the toy box.